Morning. Yeah, so morning I want to talk about hard-heartedness, rejection of God, right? How it is that people can look at creation, look at their bodies, how the bodies function, to eat, listen to music, to feel, touch, the complexity of the body, how God puts pleasure in almost everything we do, just to look at your food in front of you and to put it in your mouth, and the pleasure you get from that, the pleasure you get from watching a movie, and of course one of the greatest pleasures is to procreate, to have children. So when I was a young Christian, the church often talked about the Jewish people, and not often taught, they still do today. They put the Jewish people like up on a pedestal, like they would say like, okay, well, the Jews are God's chosen people, and that definitely has some truth to it, in that God gave a promise to one man in the past. His name was Abraham. And he promised him, that his descendants is going to be as numerable as the sand of the sea, and through him, the Messiah would come to save mankind, and that did happen. Matter of fact, Abraham's descendants are not just the Jews. I mean, they are the Arabs over there, and that's why they have the oil, because God has blessed them, right? So to see, that Jewish people today, they don't believe in God. As a matter of course, Judaism is not a belief in the God of Moses, as Christ said when he stood before them, and the proof in that they rejected Christ. Christ said, if they obeyed the law of Moses, they believed in Abraham. If they're Abraham's children, they would not reject him. They would know him, right? But they have their own traditions, they have the Talmud, they have oral law, they have all kind of stuff that replace the law of Moses. And when Christ came, they didn't recognize him, and it was his own people, the Jews. Now if the Jews can reject God, the Jews who God came through to save mankind, if they can reject God, right, that shows how hard men's hearts are. So imagine the person that never knew God, that don't have no promises from God, how they are towards God. Imagine your boss, your Gentile boss, a Gentile neighbor. Imagine a Gentile society. Imagine just how it is that how much more they would reject God if the Jews who God came through rejected him. So when men reject God, it's just simply that they have proofs of because of creation alone. Just go to the mirror and look at your body in the mirror. And think about all the things that your body does, and think about male and female, how male and female evolve by themselves. How does a man versus a woman evolve? I mean, if you came from one thing, shouldn't we all be the same, right? But no, you have male and female, right? It's thought out and planned out, basically. So the Jewish people, the church, I understand why the church, says the Jews are God's chosen people, but the church goes too far when they say that, okay, the Jews now, are, some churches believe that the Jews are like saved automatically, right? Because they're Jews and because they're God's chosen people, right? But Jesus Christ said that, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. So if you reject Christ, Jesus Christ said, who is my mother, who is my father, who's his family? Basically saying is those who obeys the word of obeys God's commandments, right? The Jewish people, they have with their traditions and their and Judaism, they have rejected rejected Christ, even before Christ came, they rejected God. And they did this even after seeing miracles upon miracles when where they were taken from Egypt. In the face of that, the Jewish people, men, they reject God. So Jewish people are human beings, like everybody else, with like passions, and they, like other human beings, they have chosen, or some of them, not everyone, Judaism, the Jewish lifestyle. They have chosen to not believe in God. Some, you know, when a hardcore Jew does not even believe in, you know, the creation story. You know, they believe in science, and you know, they're up there in, the universities and teaching evolution. You know, so when men reject God, doesn't matter who you are, it's the same rejection. So just because the person's Jewish don't mean that they're exempt from rejecting God, and even if they reject God, they're still saved. No, you have to, you know, you have to look at it as how God looks at it. And I'm saying God sent forth His Son to die for us, a Jew, right? He's a Jew. Christ is a Jew. Came as a Jewish person. Came through the promise of Abraham. Died for us. And to get to the Father, we have to go through the blood of Christ. And anybody who rejects that simply rejects that. And it's not because, okay, this person is Jewish, why they're special. No. Just because they're Jewish, even more, that's why you should believe in God. Because God came through the Jewish people, right? And the fact that they can reject God, right, shows you how hard men's hearts are. You know, no matter what it is, you know, you say, okay, a person might say, show me this and I believe in God, right? No, they won't. You know, you have to really truthfully decide, you know, by faith to believe in God, right? So people don't reject God, you know. Don't you know, I mean, look at your body. Just examine your body. Look at how your body works, and you'll see that just the fact that God put a pleasure in just, you know, doing the simplest things, you know, eating food, like I said, you know, listening to music, touching, you were designed, all right? So, you know, do not reject God. You know, do not, you know, be hard-hearted. Okay? Jesus Christ is Lord. Have a good day.